Thinking about getting a horse? They're big, strong, fast, and majestic athletes. Until they're not, turning into an absolute mess that sneezes green goo and can't move their butt. Hello, we're Group 12, and as animal scientists, we're going to inform you of two big equine conditions, strangles and myosin heavy chain myopathy, and how they mess with a horse's ability to breathe and use their muscles.
So, what is strangles? Strangles is basically the horse version of a really bad cold, but worse. It's caused by Streptococcus equi, a bacterium that attacks the upper respiratory tract, meaning the poor thing can't breathe, swallow, or neigh properly. When the lymph nodes under the jawline swell up, they block the airflow, making breathing sound like Darth Vader's horse. The horse might stop eating, get a fever, and look miserable. Streptococcus equi spreads fast through nasal discharge and form light objects like brushes, buckets, you name it.
Just as you think the horse might be getting better and recover from strangles, it suddenly loses muscle overnight. That's myosin heavy chain myopathy, or MYHM, a genetic autoimmune disease caused by a mutation in the MYH1 gene. With this gene mutation, the immune system gets confused and thinks the horse's own muscles are bacteria and starts attacking them. As a result, the immune cells infiltrate the tissue, causing inflammation, pain, and stiffness, and the myofibers start to break down and waste away, leaving the horse sore, weak, and struggling to do anything.
Alright, time for a quick anatomy detour. To really understand what's happening in these diseases, we have to look at the anatomy and physiology of the systems involved. The respiratory system and the musculoskeletal system. Think of the horse's body as a super efficient machine. The respiratory system is the oxygen delivery service. The nostrils, trachea, bronchi, and lungs bring oxygen in and carbon dioxide out. Horses are obligate nasal breathers. They can't breathe through their mouths like we can. Air travels through the nasal passages lined with mucus and cilia, tiny hair-like structures that trap dust and pathogens. It then reaches the lungs, where tiny air sacs called alveoli swap oxygen for carbon dioxide through super thin membranes surrounded by capillaries.
Now, the musculoskeletal system is the powerhouse that uses the oxygen. It's bones, joints, ligaments, and muscles working together to make movement look effortless until disease gets in the way. Every gallop uses hundreds of muscles, from the gluteals that drive the hind legs to the diaphragm that brings air into the lungs. Those two systems, musculoskeletal and respiratory, are in constant teamwork. Inside each muscle fiber are sarcomeres, tiny repeating units made up of actin and myosin filaments. When the brain says go, calcium floods in, myosin grabs actin, and the sliding filament mechanism begins. That's what shortens the fiber and generates force, allowing the horse to move, breathe, and even chew.
Here's where things go wrong. In strangles, swollen lymph nodes squeeze the upper airway, meaning less oxygen in, and in MYHM, immune system cells destroy muscle fibers, therefore less oxygen used. Strangles blocks the supply, while MYHM wrecks the demand. And because the two systems are linked, a problem in one quickly snowballs into the other. Breathing harder makes damaged muscle tire faster, and weak muscles make breathing harder. It's a vicious oxygen debt spiral.
So, why does that matter? Why do we care? Because early diagnosis, good hygiene, and genetic screening can save horses from a lot of pain. Understanding anatomy and physiology means that me and you can spot these problems sooner, not just to treat symptoms, but to understand why they happen. Plus, it helps us educate old and new horse owners so that they know when their horse's laziness is actually a serious muscle issue.
So, next time you think about getting a horse, remember, it's not just about hay and happiness. Keep them healthy, watch for weird breathing or sudden muscle loss, and call your local vet, because knowing your horse's anatomy could literally save its life.
Thank you for watching this video, and hopefully it has taught you something new about horses and their potential diseases. May all your horses stay strong, snot-free, and majestic athletes. Bye!